Hi, it's Bruce. It's Saturday, April 24th. It's Barbara Streisand's birthday, which I used to consider a national holiday, but not so much anymore. And it's my best friend Glenn's birthday, so shout out to Glenn. Happy birthday. All right, I got a new color polo shirt. As you know, I love polo shirts. I love all colors. Gap had them on sale, and I never had this color. All right, another shout out before I get to the theater reviews. Congratulations, Seth Aaron, winner of Project Runway. You were my pick. I was surprised. You won. I was happy. And I found out Emilio, who a lot of people thought was going to win, lives in the building next door to me. I saw his thing where Tim Gunn goes and visits the people, and they were walking where I lay out on the river under the George Washington Bridge, and he walked into his apartment right off 181st Street. Well, there's a train going by. You can see I live near the railroad tracks. All right, I gotta rush through these 4 shows again. I couldn't get on YouTube. I was having terrible YouTube problems, and I finally did. And let me get along with the 4 shows we saw in the last week and a half. First of all, it's always a pleasure for me to see a Joe Iconis musical and a new Joe Iconis musical, Bloodsong of Love, the rock and roll spaghetti western musical. It's always a great pleasure to see Joe, and he wasn't even in the show or playing the show. Just seeing him in the audience brightens my day. All right, all of our favorites were in Bloodsong of Love, which was very fun at the Ars Nova. Eric William Morris as the musician was a great lead. M.K. Lawson as his girlfriend was wonderful, and Katrina Rose Diedrichsen, who always knocks my socks off singing, was one of the standouts, as one of her characters is Whore in Boots. And Jason Sweet Tooth Williams as the narrator, but especially as a bartender with one eye, was hysterical. But I gotta point out 2 people, and that is the always wonderful Lance Rubin. Blew me away, hysterical. He plays the musician sidekick Banana. We won't ask why he's named Banana, but I think with Lance we know. And he was hysterical. I've never seen Lance Rubin. This man is so talented. I had no idea he had this comic germ in him. And someone who I did not know, Jeremy Morris as Lo Crocodillo, who is a little height challenge. I think he's a little guy. I'd love to meet him. Hysterical. One of the best comic performances I've seen this year. Shout out to Jeremy Morris. I had a great time. You can drink at Ars Nova, so I had a glass before and a glass during. A nice glass of red wine. If this moves, it might benefit from no intermission and shortening it a little bit, but it's a pleasure to see a Joe Iconis show. I always love it, and John Simpkins directed it wonderfully. I'd love to see it in a theater with even more of a set, and they do give you splatter rugs in the front rows because a lot of blood / tomato juice flies. All right, so started out the week real fun with Bloodsong of Love. Then we went to see Enron, a play I've been waiting to see, a British import written by Lucy Preble, a British playwright. A great production, brilliantly directed by Rupert Gold, and a very good play. It's got music, it's got choreography, it's all about the fall of Enron. It lays it out pretty well for you, although I had just watched an Enron special, so I pretty much knew all the cast of characters. What I missed in this was something. There was only one part that moved me. I don't think this piece is supposed to move you. It's more of an intellectual kind of theatrical piece. There was a scene at a funeral where a woman who had been an employee who was affected by losing everything because of Ken Lay had a moment, and that was heart-wrenching. And I sort of wish there was a little bit more heart to this. But it's a great theatrical piece. I don't know if it'll sell well because there were a lot of empty seats the day I went. However, Let's hope it gets reviewed well, because it's worth it. Norbert Leo Butz is great. Gregory Itzin as Ken Lay is great, and I especially like Stephen Kunkin as Andy Fastow. So give Enron a shot. You may like it, you may not, but it's certainly well directed and very theatrical. Sondheim on Sondheim, the new musical by and about Sondheim. What I didn't think I would like about this, it's at Studio 54, was that I heard there were a lot of film pieces of Sondheim being interviewed. That turns out was my favorite parts. I really enjoyed those pieces. It was very interesting. Sondheim was amusing, told lots of backstories, things I didn't even know. And of course you've got Vanessa Williams and Barbara Cook, who can't like that, who can't like them. Barbara Cook was in the first musical I ever saw, She Loves Me, in 1963 on Broadway. And Ewan Morton gave our favorite piece, Franklin Shepherd Inc. I think it wound up being, Bill, and my favorite piece of the whole day, the whole evening, was a matinee. Norm Lewis, also one of our favorite pieces, sang Being Alive. Norm was Jake in Bill's original sideshow on Broadway about 12 years ago, and he's been a friend since, and he was great, and Leslie Kritzer was wonderful. It's a review. It has its highs and its lows, but all in all, I enjoyed it a lot, and I really did like the film portion. So if you like Sondheim, then this is like a must-see. If you don't care for Sondheim and you don't feel one way or another, it might be a little bit of a slog. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Then I was all set up to thoroughly enjoy $1 Million Quartet, which is at the Nederlander. I had heard really good things about the performers, and I was underwhelmed. Not that they aren't excellent musicians. In fact, that's the good part. They are excellent musicians. It's about Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Elvis Presley all getting together one famous night for a session at Sun Records run by Sam Phillips. Unfortunately, what this has is sort of a book wedged into the event, and it's very trying. The show is only about 100 minutes, which includes a 10-minute curtain call, and the curtain call is the best thing. Each of the performers, Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis Presley, has their moment to a thing at the curtain call, and that's where the audience really got going. The audience seemed to enjoy it. The theater was really, there were a lot of empty seats behind us in the mezzanine. It was a Friday night. I wish I enjoyed it more. I enjoyed the curtain call. I honestly couldn't recommend this. Maybe if it's on TDF, we bought flyer tickets, and I thought that was sort of overpriced with the flyer, which, I don't know, $60 something, and I don't think I got my money's worth. But I did like the guy who played Carl Perkins, who is Robert Britton Lyons. Maybe because I don't know Carl Perkins as a character, I kind of liked him the best. And a brilliant Levi Christ as Jerry Lee Lewis. It has its entertaining moments, but all in all, I think my favorite show of the week would be Joe, because I love Joe, and the Sondheim was most enjoyable. Then I'd say Enron, and then $1 Million Quartet. All right. I was seeing American Idiot on Tuesday. Let's keep the theater thing going. Bye.